Sometimes we get cars that roll through here that are really easy to evaluate. Is this one of them? No, this one was tough. This one kept me up at night. This is the 2018 Toyota C-HR. Originally designed as a Scion, so it's got a little more edginess, a little more youthful spirit to it, and I like it. I don't love it, but I like it, and here's why. It's got this nice wraparound edge-to-edge, headlight-to-headlight thing going on. It's a little lower, it's a little more hatchback sportiness, all sorts of that stuff going on. The bummer for me up front at least, though, is this chin spoiler. It's really low, and it tends to scrape on driveways and parking blocks. For that reason, don't think of it as a subcompact SUV. Think of it as a raised hatchback. On the side, this is where things get really kind of cool. It's really scooped out. It's got all these surface treatments here that thin it out and make it look sportier and lighter. Unfortunately, and we'll get to this later, there's no such thing as speed with this. Another thing I really like is the white roof. It really works with this body style. It's got kind of a coupe look to it because these door handles are way up high and almost hidden. Really easy. You do have to dip your head down quite a bit to get past the sloping roof line though. In the back, there's a lot of surfaces, really big tail lights that kind of jut out from the bodywork. It all kind of works to me, and I'm really kind of attracted to this car. I wasn't expecting to be. Prices for the C-HR start right around $23,000 for the base XLE trim. This is the XLE Premium, which is about $25,000. For the extra $2,000, you get things like power folding mirrors, which honestly I don't think really makes sense on a car this small. Heated front seats, blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alert, fog lights. Probably not worth the extra $2,000 when you consider that it's already pretty affordable. Regardless of what trim you go with, they all come with this. The 2-liter 4-cylinder engine puts out 144 horsepower. Those numbers are right in there with the competition, but it really doesn't use power as well as the rivals. The EPA estimates this at 29 miles per gallon combined. That's 2 miles per gallon less than the competition. However, it is easy to get that figure because I drove this on our loop and got just over 30 miles per gallon. But man, it really just needs a little bit more power, but we'll get to that on the drive. So I'm on the road now in this 2018 Toyota C-HR. I'm conflicted, and that carries over to the driving impressions. I partially blame the CVT, the continuously variable transmission. It's really slow to react because it takes a while for this thing to spool up and finally build some power to pass. The same holds true for when you're leaving the line. There's a whole lot of nothing at first, and then it starts producing more noise than power, and then you finally start getting some acceleration. So here we are, passing a car. Yeah. We're gonna get on the freeway here. All right, so here we go. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, you gotta plan way in advance. Write down a letter, ask for acceleration, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, seal it, send it off, and wait for something to happen. Now, in regard to visibility, it's actually pretty decent. This A-pillar here really doesn't get my way too much in a left turn. Mirrors are pretty decent much because the visibility is really good, especially looking back. You get a really good indication of where the corners are, where the limits are when you're backing into a really tight space. And that's also a good thing because the rearview camera is not so great. It projects into the rearview mirror, and it's a really small picture and not all that intuitive. Another thing assisting with low-speed maneuverability is the turning circle in this. It's really small, which means in some cases multiple point turns won't be necessary. That's a really good thing. So the C-HR does have a sport mode. Doesn't do that much. It's an incremental increase in responsiveness. Now, not everybody needs performance. Some people just want to get from point A to point B. And in this case, it's kind of a stylish, fun way to get there. I get it. But consider this. At the track, it hit 60 miles an hour in 10.6 seconds. According to my colleague, it is the 6th slowest car we've ever tested. And this is against some very large kind of cargo vans. Although, from what I can understand, it's not as slow as our long-term Yugo. Handling-wise, that's kind of the weird one for me. In a good way. This thing handles really well. Now maybe that's because it was originally intended to be a Scion, which is their more youthful, sporty brand. But man, on our evaluation loop, there's some pretty fun, twisty roads in there, and this thing handled them like a champ. The drawback, however, is they put low rolling resistance tires on this car. Now, that's for fuel economy, help with getting better fuel economy. The payoff is, even in moderate cornering, this thing howls. The tire squeal is really quite loud. As far as ride quality goes, it's well tuned, I think. The one thing that does bother me, noise. There's a lot of road noise, and there's even a lot of wind noise. The CHR comes with frontal collision warning and mitigation, standard. This, the XLE Premium trim, has a blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alerts, and also lane keep assist. So the interior on the CHR is really quite nice. The materials quality exceeds my expectations, especially up here on the top door panel. It's kind of soft to the touch. It looks really nice. Simulated leather dash, multi-tiered style for the dashboard's really nice too. Rather than just a plain piano black, which I'm really not that big a fan of, they put this kind of glitter in here, and I kind of like it. It doesn't look like it's picking up as much dust as a regular piano black would, and it gives it a little bit more contour. There is an overriding theme, diamonds. The buttons are arranged in little rounded off diamonds. Buttons on the steering wheel, same diamond. The vents, kind of diamond shape. You have a diamond pattern in the door panels and even in the headliner, these subtle little embossed diamonds up here. Kind of cool. One thing I'm not a fan of, infotainment. Actually, it's more entertainment than infotainment. This, even though it looks like a typical infotainment touchscreen, it's really just a head unit for the audio. No car-related settings or additional stuff in there. Pretty much typical for Toyota. They haven't gotten the bandwagon with Apple CarPlay, and that to me is a real bummer because I really, really like it. So one thing that I wish I had more of is telescopic range off the steering wheel. It doesn't come far back enough for me, and I'm only 5'10". Taller drivers are probably going to have even more of a problem with this. If it just came back a little more, it'd be in a comfortable reach. As of now, I feel like I have to slide the seat slightly more forward than I prefer, which puts me in a more upright, almost minivan-like driving position. Not my favorite. As far as convenience, well, got a decent sized cup holder here, another one here, and this one has a little stopper in there so you can get a really tall coffee cup in there as well. Center bin, it's pretty decent. It's not particularly long, but it is pretty deep. The problem though is there's no USB port in there, and there's only one right there. The door pockets, they're all right. You can get one water bottle in there, and this little side part really doesn't serve much of a purpose, except maybe for aesthetics. So here I'm in back seat. And once again, I'm surprised. I have enough room. And I'm sitting behind the driver's seat that was set up for me. Plenty of room for my knees. And my feet are flat on the floor and getting enough thigh support. I'd be okay back here for a road trip, for sure. One thing that's a little bit, not concerning, but just a bummer, I suppose, is this swooping door panel here kind of makes you feel a little claustrophobic, like you're not getting much of a view out as you would with other vehicles. Then again, this isn't really meant for, real family duty. For that, you'd step up to a slightly larger compact SUV. The materials quality is a little more hard plastic, it's a little more durable if you do have kids back here. Overall, I'm kind of surprised how roomy it is. Good job, Toyota. When it comes to cargo capacity with the CHR, I'm kind of impressed. It's 19 cubic feet behind the rear seats. That's 5 less than the Honda HR-V, but it's almost double what the Mazda CX-3 has. So there's no doubt you're gonna get plenty of stuff back here. Now this raked roofline is gonna slice in as far as how bulky an object you can get in there, but when you do have something that bulky, fold the seats forward pretty easily, just like that, one-handed. And you also have some small bins off the side here, but only on this side. The rest is taken up with tire tools and a spare tire. So yeah, overall, it should handle everything you need without even struggling. Like I said, the CHR leaves me conflicted on a number of levels, but overall, I think it's a really good execution. It compares well against the Honda HR-V as well as the Mazda CX-3. It would be a tough call between all three because they're all pretty much the same price. Really, when it comes to the power issue I have with this, take your time at a test drive. Really get to know the car, really lay your foot into it, and find out if it meets or misses your expectations. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below and hit subscribe.